Welcome to Heaven on Earth, a sacred portal to visualizing, meditating, and co-creating our highest joys that usher in the Golden Age of Aquarius. I'm your host, Athena Starseed.
Good morning. Hello, Earth family. It's Athena, and it's a beautiful LA rainy morning. We've been having lots of beautiful rain. And for me, that's kind of a metaphor. When it rains, it rains. Whether that's abundance, peace, blessings, or just grace. So I'd like to open up the show by doing an opening invocation. It's my version of the Great Invocation by Alice Bailey, which was channeling Dwat Kul, Master Dwat Kul. Send some love and light. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. From the point of love in the mind of God, let light stream forth into the hearts of men. Let light return to earth. From the point of love within the heart of man, let love stream forth into the hearts of man. May Christ return to earth. In the center where the will of God is known, let the center guide the little wills of men, the center which the masters know and serve, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. May the plan of love, light, and power restore heaven on earth through our imagination. Amen. So, last week, Tim and I were talking about the art of imagination. And I really wanted to go back to that for a moment and lead into what we're going to talk about today, which is dreaming awake. So with the art of imagination, we learn from Master John Lennon that when we imagine things, they have an effect. He was painting this beautiful picture. Imagine all the people living in harmony. Imagine that. Just imagine that. Imagine that. And a whole movement came across the globe with the 60s of people imagining that. Imagining being in harmony and sharing their food and sharing a blanket or sharing a home or sharing a patch of grass. So that's the art of imagination, knowing that you are an artist inherent right now. You don't have to do anything, go anywhere, or pay anyone. You're right now an artist, right now. Here you are in your art. You are the artist painting your life. You're the paint, you're the brush, you're the canvas, you're the art. And so now, superheroes, superhero friends, everybody listening, if you're listening, you're a superhero friend. Use that power. That's a superpower. Use that superpower. Imagination. I, the mage of the tarot, the magician of the deck, that can bend time and sit in a moment and feel infinite. Use that power to imagine whatever you want in this life that will make you shine the brightest and bring shine to all all fields that you occupy in this space-time continuum, if you want to look at it that way. So today is really about getting back into the paint, dusting off those old dreams and getting them back out and saying, what was I doing when I was 5? What did I really love that I could do all the time? And I promise I'm never going to grow up. I'm going to stay in this imagination, and I'm not going to become that closed-off pineal gland walking around with a mortgage, forgetting that life is wonderful. So they send us movies like Mary Poppins Returns and Peter Pan, and A Wrinkle in Time. And when the protagonist is a child, that's a big note to humanity. Hey, go back and get your inner child and start playing with us. And, if you're like me, having a child late in life, the universe really gives you a big Post-it note on your forehead or on your belly button. You'll be pregnant at 40 because you forgot how to be a kid. And when you're a mom, you go through the whole, and a dad, you go through the whole thing. Year 1, you have to watch all the 1-year-old things. In year 2, and then year 3, and you go through Dora, the Dora door, into the imagination. There's just rainbows and crystals everywhere. And that was so fun being 3 with my daughter. And then you go through 4, and you go through 5, and right now I'm 8. I'm 8 years old right now. And Mary Poppins returned. And I think maybe I was 8 when Mary Poppins came into my life the first time. And she said, your imagination is magic. And I remember going in the backyard, climbing trees, and opening up my own inner Terabithia into a forest of Foreverland that came out of my imaginations with frogs and lizards and monsters and witches and goblins and fairies and unicorns. And wow, I could get lost in the woods with my friends. Oh, my God, 7, 8 hours. The sun be going down. And then you get your middle name. Tina Renee, get in here. So I was born Tina Renee. My grandmother was very prophetic. She had access, or probably access. She had access to her psychic skills, and she had a dream about me before I was born. My mother was pregnant, and I came to her in a dream, and I said, my name is Tina Renee, and I was a girl. So she woke up, and she told my mom, you're going to have a girl, and her name is Tina Renee. So I had a very strong connection with my grandmother, and my grandmother always liked to play. My grandmother probably was about 8 the whole time I knew her. She would play Jim Rummy. She'd let us run around the house. She'd chase us with the kitchen tools, and we'd run around this big, huge circle in her house. Like, you know, the kitchen went to the dining room, went to the living room, went to the kitchen, and you get your grandma chasing you. Oh, my God, how much fun is that? I used to skip school, and I'd walk to my grandmother's house, and she would never tell my mom. Okay, so let's just go back to the imagination of being a child. Immediately, you get brighter. And when you get brighter, when you think a thought, the materialization is instantaneous. And so don't take my word for it. Don't believe me or anybody else. Question everything. Test it yourself. When you were a baby, did you manifest 2 parents, a house, a car, diapers, and food? With no skills. You had no training. You didn't go to any Tony Robbins classes. You hadn't watched one episode of Oprah yet. You figured it out on your own. As pure as the morning sun. And so when we go from the art of imagination into the topic of today, which is dreaming our life awake, I want you to consider that if you've been ever playing in your dreams and trying to say, hey, I'm dreaming, and change some things over there, you can actually come back over here and change some things over here too. Because that's a very refined, it's a close, let's say it's a close note on the treble clef. It's a close note that you can just slide into, like A sharp, slide into it. So that in that dream time, you're moving things around, dreaming that you're dreaming, and then you come here and you're like, oh, yeah, well, this is a different dream, and I'm still dreaming. So I'm dreaming. Now let's move things around. What would I really like to see? Only. And once you put that focus and that film in, you don't change the channel until that thing materializes with all your love and grace. Grace pouring into you, pouring out to the universe, pouring back to you, pouring out to the universe, pouring back to you as a beautiful, silver and gold infinity loop in your cosmic egg of remembrance of why you came into this dimension to remain who you truly are, melting off all that's not a star until you sit in the center of emptiness. Yeah. I know. I'm pausing for a second for a reason. So in the Eckhart Tolle of it all, when there's a space in the sound, what happens is that's where the Holy Spirit fills in the rest. So the conscious mind doesn't have access to that. So just like music across a sheet of paper, the rests are what make the melody flow. And so as I take time out of my busy day to sit and do nothing and breathe and be as still as possible, I'm able to have those rests, those stopping points. Everything stops. The mind stops, the body stops, the emotions stop, the sound stops. The breath gets slower. And then you're in, you're consciously in. You're consciously in, and then you're unconscious, and then you're out, and then it doesn't matter because there's nothing there. So what I want to say is, let's figure out how to dream a beautiful world together. That's the heaven on earth. I'm dreaming a heaven on earth where every person on this planet opens their life contract and does their life purpose and lives in a state of ecstatic joy because they know they're living in their imagination. They're going to only focus on their life purpose. The life purpose is going to roll out. They're going to be supported by that. And all is well in the Mary Poppins of this dimension. We, the artists, we the dreamers, we the conscious awake dreamers in the dream, within the dream, realize we are the ones who get to start changing our dreams. If something negative happens, okay, thank it, bless it, and then move to the next scene. I mean, let's get the dialogue forward. Let's not keep repeating yesterday's script from, 2 centuries ago. This happened to me, blah, 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 We've all gone through that victim stage and come out the other side more glorious. More glorious. Every time something negative happens, you can turn it into the wisdom of the sages. Instead of the wisdom of the ages, the wisdom of the sages come out of every adverse wound, from divorce, death, betrayal, anything that you can think of, murder, whatever it is, bless it, and then keep dreaming. As quick as you can go back, like a boat navigating. They say 95% of the time they're off course, but they keep redirecting. Just keep redirecting your internal focus into that life contract that loves everything and is love. And then we're all playing together. We're playing in this wonderful game at the same time. And so, Dreaming Our Life Awake, this is going to be something Kim and I are going to continue to talk about. And as we're doing it, I got wonderful things to share with all of the light workers. There's going to be a grid. You can just say what you do and where you want to go, and then somebody will love what you do, and we'll just send you there. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that we should all receive abundantly for being who we are. And anything less than that is a distraction. I mean, you're gaining wisdom and you're gaining knowledge, and now it's now time. So now gain wisdom and knowledge when you're in the field, when you're on the field, when you're in your flow, and you're in your stream. So I was going to use an example. But I'll do it when we come back from the break, of where something is going to happen, you dream that it happened, you forget about it, and all of a sudden before you know it's happening. So this is Athena Starseed. I am loving everybody in humanity today on this beautiful Saturday rainy morning. We are on CRN Talk Radio. This is a show called Heaven on Earth. If you like it, please subscribe. And if you'd like to have a reading, please reach out to me, Ask Athena Intuitive Readings.com. We'll be right back. Blessings.
Located in the heart of Maui's premier resort, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool, indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kbhmaui.com. That's kbhmaui.com. Aloha.
Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
We are the debt destroyer. Any debt you have, credit card, tax, student loan debt, call now to get our free report that tells you how to destroy your debt. It's a great resource. Plus, when you make this free call right now, we'll have a debt destroyer expert ready to help you. They can show you how they can help you destroy your debt and get your life back on track. Debt problems don't have to be overwhelming. You can live stress-free and debt-free. Credit cards, medical bills, IRS tax problems, even student loan debt. Learn about free programs offered by the credit card companies, hospitals, and even the government that can help you slash your debt. Call right now for free information, including our Debt Destroyer Guide, a $300 value, yours free. Call right now.
800-515-6348. 800-515-6348. That's 800-515-6348.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
Supreme grace, lay rain down through me. Supreme grace, lay rain down through me. Supreme grace, lay rain down through me.
Hi, this is Athena Starseed, and this is a show called Heaven on Earth, and it is a portal of possibility for us to consciously dream together once a week. Once a week, we meet here from 10 Pacific Coast time a.m. to 11 a.m. on CRN Talk Radio, and we are just firing up our imaginations as the artists of our own life. We're painting, dreaming, dancing, molding, sculpting, carving out a life for ourselves that we really want to live in, that's enjoyable. And so the topic for today is dreaming our life awake. So I actually have used that as my, sign-off when you're doing emails, probably for 15 years, dreaming my life awake. And I would sign it my other character name, which is Master Chief. Master Chief, dreaming your life awake, because I ran these fitness boot camps. So, I want to talk about, dreaming my life awake. So I came out to Los Angeles to pursue my acting career. And once I stood in line long enough, I was like, this is crazy. 90% of my time I'm standing in line, and like 5% of my time I'm performing. So I was like, that's not fun for me. That's not a good reality. So I was like, I'm going to make up my own game. So I tried to invent all these different companies, and I would think, what's the company that's supposed to be for me that I'm supposed to create? One day I'm running on the treadmill about 6 miles, and, you get a runner's high. Those of you athletes out there know you go into, some people call it the zone. I think yogis might call it some type of a state of either satori or, I don't know. But what happens is like a portal opens, and in my third eye, I saw a gamified outdoor fitness program based on military genre. And I thought, oh, my God, that's so fun. So I went out immediately, and I took action on that vision, and I rented Private Benjamin and Stripes. And I said, my goodness, this is a genius idea. I'm going to make these heavy people and bored people and out-of-shape people laugh while they're exercising, and we're going to have so much fun. They're going to laugh their way fit, right? And so, I had them wear, like, in the beginning, they had to wear, like, their version of fatigues, and I gave them dog tags, and they had to salute me, and we had the pledge every day. And it was this really funny skit, but then they had to do, running backwards, push-ups, crunches, timed things like jump rope and all that stuff. And every day they improved. But I dreamt that. I dreamt that awake while I was on the treadmill, and I took action on that, and that turned into a $250,000 business. Okay, so that was good for being 30. You know, I mean, my life was crescendoing. I bought my first house at 28 off of that vision of intuition because my imagination was allowed to run with my legs. You know, so maybe you do yoga and you're letting your imagination open. Maybe you're just doing breath work. Maybe you're going for a walk. Maybe you're just sitting still. And you're going with the flow. And then what happens is when your body starts to slow down, your body rhythms go in different states. Those states have different reception channels like radio waves. Those radio waves have data on them. And when you can reach up to your own wisdom plane, not only can you unlock the travesties that happen to your personality, you know, you're a human that you name, that name that you name yourself, from your parents, see you as them, from God as everything. So in that story, you know, you identify with that human. And I want to just exteriorize a little bit and remember that God is omnipresent. God is in everything and everywhere. And when we sit still long enough and we remember that, we can bring it back to 3D and actualize it and start moving stuff around in the dream. Let's get practical, Athena. How does this apply to my life, you know? Well, you can create a company out of a meditation. Ask Steve Jobs. You know, that was on a bandwidth that he could access on where he was with that. Now, recently, you know, there have been scientists who have been arguing with our science today, and they're talking about 11 dimensions. Now, there are an infinite number of dimensions, okay, because it's infinitely expanding. At the same time, let's just say if there's infinite, there could at least be 11. Now, if there's 11, there's simultaneously 11 versions of your harmonic dancing around, you know, this now, this omnipresent now. Now, which one can you vibrate up to, collapse on that reality, and hold that note? Are you in the bass clef of your life? Are you in the middle? Or are you in the treble clef? And the music plays on. Okay, so listen, this is Athena Starseed. I'm looking at where I'm at. Just going back and forth. So, you know, we will be right back after these commercial messages. This is Athena Starseed, a show called Heaven on Earth, and we're talking about dreaming our life awake. All right? So if you like the show, please share it, subscribe, and if you'd like a reading, please reach out to me. It's Ask Athena Intuitive Reading.com, and I'm here to help you vibrate up to your highest vision of who you are. All right, blessings.
Welcome to your island home away from home at Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Relax and unwind on 11 acres of tropical gardens by the whale-shaped pool or in a beachfront cabana. Enjoy your favorite ocean activities, culture activities, and free nightly entertainment. A perfect setting for weddings, honeymoons, family vacations, or just a weekend getaway. Experience aloha at its best at Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel. Call 661-0011 or visit kbhmaui.com and let us welcome you and your ohana to ours.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the tax helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. That's 800-932-1597.
When you really want Italian food, you have got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club. Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. It's Word of the Green time. Now, we might not know how many quarts make a gallon, but that's not the case when it comes to pints. Here's to you, and here's to me. May we never disagree, and if we do, the heck with you, and here's to me. There's no better place to celebrate St. Paddy's than at Columbo's. After all, it was Aldo Colombo who discovered Ireland years ago on his way to Eagle Rock. Jazz every night, great Italian specialties, the world's greatest meatballs that'll have you singing Tura, Nura, Nura, the freshest fish and yummy steaks, great service and also affordable. Happy St. Paddy's at Good Times Central, Columbo's, because it really is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's, Faith and Bigora.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I believe that your company has the answer because I've been through cancer treatment and knowing what it does to the body, and oh my, if that's all that medical science has to offer, there must be a better way, and I think the better way is knowing what to eat and getting it. I do notice that I have less inflammation. I feel like when I'm taking Balance of Nature, I'm getting fruits and vegetables more than what I would ordinarily get. I like when I open up the bottles, you can really smell the fruits and vegetables. I mean, I know I'm getting fruits and vegetables.
When you call, use discount code FLASH, and we'll take 20% off any first preferred order of Balance of Nature and have it shipped to you free. Call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code FLASH.
Destination, South Point. 11 great restaurants, bingo, bowling, movies, race books, sports books, spa, live entertainment, oversized rooms, and the rates unbeatable. The South Point Las Vegas. Book now. Online at southpointcasino.com or call 866-791-7626. southpointcasino.com or call 866-791-7626. At the South Point Las Vegas, you're always a winner.
This is Athena Starseed, and this is a show called Heaven on Earth. We are on CRN Talk Radio, and this is a portal of possibility for us to consciously dream our heaven right to the earth. And where does it start? With our imagination. So last week's show, if you haven't listened to it, it's called The Art of Imagination, and I have my gorgeous co-host Kim Hix on the show. And wow, he's just like, for me, he's like my Hollywood roomie. Very poetic, super duper creative, visual artist, Emmy Award winning set designer on Hawaii Five-0, a glorious, glorious soul partner that I play with. And I dreamed him into my reality. I'm going to talk about a couple things about how we use the art of imagination to walk around in our dream and know we're dreaming. And so one of the first things I'm going to talk about is how I met Kim. I was having a party at my home in Toluca Lake, and a mutual friend brought him over, and I had seen in my mind that my house would be like a, I don't know, it would be a Disneyland for like a monk. You know what I'm saying? Like Tibetan bells hanging in a tree over Kuan Yin, and then underneath of her was a little mantra, and then I had a garden for St. Francis, and that shared a fairy garden area, and then there was a Buddha in the backyard by the pool, lit up with green, purple, and blue lights over the water, and it had a waterfall that fell down and cascaded into a small pool underneath of it, and I had Tibetan prayer flags. I mean, it was, in my imagination, it was like a combination of like, this is kind of funny, like Morocco meets Tibet meets some Zen Buddhist monk's monastery, and a little bit of Paramahansa Yogananda, because honestly, I put areas in the yard. I had a medicine wheel in the front yard for the Native Americans. And then, you know, I just had different little areas. I had a far infrared sauna that you would go do a sweat after having a massage. And then there was a bromine jacuzzi where you do hot and cold plunge. So I was really running a holistic retreat center with 2 guest houses in Toluca Lake. So I had people stay with me. Well, Kim came to a party and saw all the different dimensions on my property. And he was a set designer. And he said, oh, my God, I love this. Would you come to my house and help me create that at my house? And I was like, yeah. So we met artistically, and he's also a Scorpio, okay? Come on, Scorpios. You guys are very spiritually deep, passionate souls. And Pisces, which I am, my birthday was last week, G22. Happy birthday to me. I'm very happy. I want to say, like, the Pisces and the Scorpios were really deep, especially when we go in our spiritual nature. We're really deep. And we both were like, yeah, we see temples, sacred temples. Every light worker that loves light, that wants to be brighter, makes their home into this sacred temple sanctuary. And all of a sudden, before we knew it, all these little lights all over the planet started lighting up. And now all these homes are like temple homes. And in these homes, there are gatherings. And people can play the guitar, or they read poetry, or they share their food, or they share their dreams. And so in my home and in his home, we started doing that. And we went back and forth. And right now in the Valley, we're both still doing that, actually, even though he's in Hawaii. Francesco has been having gatherings every month where there's music and food and community and a fire pit outside and friends gathering, and everybody gets charged and lit up. And so it's auspicious that we met like that, and now we're on the radio doing the same thing, except our party's larger. There's 11 million. There's 11 million homes that are plugged into this message of divinity in infinity through the creation of your own artistic expression. The highest imagination in your own soul is what you have access to. So, inspirational film of the week is The Showman with Hugh Jackman. The Showman with Hugh Jackman. Okay, so The Showman is like a little mini vacation to your inner circus, rekindling your candles. Rekindling your candles of light in the soul of your own imagination. That's where the Christ light is your imaging center to make this world a beautiful, wonderful, magical place for you and everyone else. And so, for me, The Showman, because I was a theater major in college at the University of Maryland, and I loved all the musicals. And that's a musical that inspires us to have a million dreams. If you haven't heard that song, A Million Dreams, maybe Matt will put the link in the bottom, because I'm mentioning it. The Greatest Showman, the link, A Million Dreams, the song. And if you hear that song, it asks you to have a million dreams in your mind. A million dreams that are multicolored. And he takes these little girls on the roof, his little daughters, and he spins this little tin candle with holes in it, and it sparkles on the sheets. And they're up on the roof in this poor little humble home that they have, and they're sparkling all this magic with their imagination and their voice. And for me, that was very inspirational. From that one movie, I watched that for my birthday. The very next week, I went to an open mic, and I played piano, and I sang one of my original songs, one of the first songs I ever wrote, like in 2005, called Dream With Me. Dream with me, dream with me. And that got me to go back out. Why not? Why not? So it's great when you can watch a film and then go, how did that film touch me? How can I apply this to my life? And then do something outrageous that you haven't done in a long time or that you've never done on your bucket list. Do that and start to kindle that flame and then keep blowing breath on it. And it will grow. It will grow into the size of a supernova, and you'll be able to command a mountain into the sea. The mountain of doubt can be dissolved in an ocean of understanding. And that's what the metaphor means. Sin no more. Doubt no more. Don't miss the mark. The imagination is you. If it's happening in your reality, you're creating it. How? Go find out. Sit in silence. Breathe deeper. Connect with yourself. So I'm an intuitive reader, and I work for myself, and I also love working at the Mystic Journey on Abbot Kinney. And so Friday nights I'm there from 5 to 11, and I have, this stream of energy that's amazing coming in the door. And it's really about upgrading the oscillation and dissolving the mountains of doubt. And so that's, in a nutshell, really what the work is about, because then you can turn inward. It's at that point you can stop being distracted from the outside material world on where's mine and who's mine and what's mine. Like, you can turn inward and you can say, wow, what do I want, and how can I color it? You know, I love Pleasantville. How many of you guys have watched Pleasantville? So Pleasantville, if you haven't watched it, it starts out in black and white, right? And let's just say that's 3D. Oh, the reality is happening to me. It seems all black and white. Oh, I just came up with something. Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, same note, starts out in black and white. She's asleep. She doesn't know she's in the dream. She's dreaming, black and white. Okay, Hollywood's telling us something. They know the magic. They know it starts in the third eye. They're the ones who created the movie projector based on your third eye. Somebody sat in a big field and stared at the sky long enough, and the whole universe opened, and then they understood the third eye is like a movie projector. So back to black and white, doubt, 3D, into Technicolor. Technicolor. What do we get when we get to the Wizard, the Oz? I mean, the Land of Oz. Everything's in Technicolor. Everything is possible in your imagination. Little people, big people, you know, witches, monkeys that fly, wizards, cool outfits. You know what I'm saying? Burning Man is an outpicturing of an elf's dream from The Wizard of Oz. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, you know, go into the Willy Wonka of your own internal imagination factory and pump out your magic chocolate. Pump out the sweetness of your own life and turn your life into color. And that means no matter what's happening out there, like it's raining. For me, that rain is magical. When you're a kid, you're not like, oh, it's raining. You're like, oh, my God, it's raining. Like, my daughter goes to a school where when it rains, they all get their rain boots and they let them jump in the muddy puddles. That's part of the day. That's part of their class. They assign them, you have to go play in the mud. And they play in the mud. And I remember when I was 8, I used to roll marbles down the gutters. And we would have marble races in the water. Oh, my God, it was warm. The rain was warm. My knees were wet. The grass was glistening with little dewdrops. You know, the forest came alive. The return back is so wonderful. It's so wonderful. And then anything is possible, and everything is possible. And then I am possible. The I am, ... whatever you want to fill in. You know, we read these books, my daughter and I, and she's at a certain reading level, and she has to read back to me, and she has this little book, and there's a pig and an elephant. And the little pig goes, ribbit, 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 and the elephant goes, what are you? She says, I'm a frog. He goes, you're not a frog. She says, I'm a frog. You're not a frog. I'm a frog. You're a pig. I thought you were a pig 5 minutes ago. No, I'm a frog now. Ribbit. He's like, oh. And she's like, you be a frog. I don't want to be a frog. He's like, come on, be a frog. No, I don't want to be a frog. And finally, he's like, I don't want to be a frog. And she goes, why? And he says, because I'm a cow. Moo. You know, and that's a very simple story, but do you remember when you actually were like, I'm a cow? And then the whole world opened up and you actually were a cow and the other person was, you know, maybe they were Charlotte's Web. Maybe they were Charlotte. And maybe somebody was Wilbur. I mean, do you remember that? See, that hasn't changed. That hasn't changed at all. The dimension opens and we walk into it and then we actualize it, and it does happen here. And Walt Disney did it. He brought this amusement park to adults. He did it. He brought it in. See what I'm saying? And, you know, people can do it through their film, and people can do it through their songs, and people can do it through their plays. Wicked did it. Wicked took you into a wonderland to give you an omnipresent view that witches are being developed. They're going through their adversity, and it's a choice point. You can either stay resentful and cast spells, or you can purify yourself when people hurt you and take the higher road. And you see what I'm saying? And get in your bubble like Glenda and go to different dimensions and continue to create magic. And so, you know, when they say, oh, don't make believe anymore, well, that has gotten us where we are, where some of us are. I mean, others, we're already there. We're everywhere. At the same time, let's look at the fact that if we keep focusing on duality and separateness, we'll play that film in our reality. And when we look at the unity and the dance and the magic and the music of it all, we create it. For example, like those beautiful spontaneous dance combustions. You're just walking in the subway, and all of a sudden somebody has a boombox, and it's like boom, 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 boom. Everybody starts dancing. Now, it's funny. When they first started doing that, even though I'm a dancer, I looked at that and I went, what was the point? So if you're one of those people that you're at the frequency, you're like, what was the point? Except for that was kind of cool. Well, if you look at it energetically, they came in and exploded a star of light. And everybody that watched that started to smile. They stopped thinking about their problems. They got out of the mundane. They went into the magical, even if it were 6 minutes. Even if it were 6 minutes, they celebrated. And then they probably told 10 people, you're not going to believe what happened to me in the subway today. The universe loves me. I was down, and then somebody threw a dance party. I didn't have to cast the dancers at all. It cost me nothing. I just smiled my way through it. And so how can we do those wonderful things? One little wonderful thing at a time. One little wonderful thing at a time. So I met Kim, and we both had magical lighthouses, and we would invite people over and ask them to do magical things and to dream and to let them perform and to let them share their stories and to celebrate. And when they went home, they felt brighter. They felt like, yeah, I can do anything. And a lot of them are doing anything right now. They're doing anything that they want. And so for you today, like, let's imagine that this is like a little campfire, and we're under the Milky Way, and we're saying, you know, you're a star up there. Find out which one, and go in and read your own Akashic records and see why you came here to this glorious planet. And then come down here and play the best game ever. And here's why. In a nutshell. No. Here's why in an eggshell. Those of you who are listening to the show know what I'm talking about. So Andy Weir, somebody adapted his short story that went viral, and they made a movie of it. So it's like the Egg adaptation, Andy Weir's short viral story. It's 12 minutes. Anybody who's interested in what I'm saying about actually being able to convince your conscious mind that you are the narrator of your own identity and world, and you're in a dream within a dream, and now you're waking up and you realize that you can write whatever you want on the paper and walk into that dimension, please watch The Egg on YouTube. Maybe Matt will put a link. That'd be so great. If Matt, you put a link, you're going to love this short. It's really great. So what happens is this kid dies. He gets hit by an ice cream truck, and he meets God. And he's sitting on the side of a mountain, and he's talking to God. And he's like, I can't believe I'm dead. He's like, yeah, pretty short life, you know. Did you do what you wanted to do? I'm not going to tell you the rest of the story. You have to watch it on YouTube. Anyway, but what I will say is, hey, how's your life? Did you enjoy it? Did you love it? Did you play through it? Okay, go back down again. Or not. So listen, this is Athena StarSeed. This is a show called Heaven on Earth. We are on CRN Talk Radio, and if you are interested in a reading me directly, you can go to Ask Athena Intuitive Reading.com. Blessings and light to you. We'll be right back wrapping up the show after these commercial messages. Stay tuned.
Hi, everybody. Michael Horn from CRNTalk.com. You know, we provide you with the best in talk radio. 8 channels of talk radio, from radio on the left, radio on the right, sports talk, business talk, religious talk, Spanish talk, you name it, we've got talk radio for you. All at CRNTalk.com. Well, now we'll bring you video as well as audio. That's right. Watch your favorite shows like Robert Conrad's show, the Fred Dreyer program, What's Cooking Today, What's Cooking on Wine, The Lounge, and so many other shows in video right at our website, crntalk.com. You can also watch us on Roku. Just search CRN Talk, and you can watch us on Roku on any TV anywhere in the world. Also on Facebook Live. Go to facebook.com/CRN Digital Talk. Facebook.com/CRN Digital Talk. Roku, search CRN Talk. Check us out on Tiki Live and at crntalk.com. Video for you talk fans, all from CRN Talk.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the Tax Helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. That's 800-932-1597.
When you really want Italian food, you have got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club. Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. It's word of the green time. Now we might not know how many quarts make a gallon, but that's not the case when it comes to pints. Here's to you, and here's to me. May we never disagree, and if we do, the heck with you, and here's to me. There's no better place to celebrate St. Patty's than at Columbo's. After all, it was Aldo Colombo who discovered Ireland years ago on his way to Eagle Rock. Jazz every night, great Italian specialties, the world's greatest meatballs that'll have you singing Tura, Nura, Nura, the freshest fish and yummy steaks, great service and also affordable. Happy St. Patty's at Good Times Central, Columbo's, because it really is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's, Faith and Bigora.
Supreme grace, light rain down through me. Supreme grace, light rain down through me. Supreme grace, light rain down through me.
Hi, this is Athena Starseed, and this is a show called Heaven on Earth, and it is a portal of possibility to get our dreams back out, dust them off, and ignite them with our passions. So we are talking about the art of imagination, and we're also talking about dreaming our lives awake. And so, wrapping up the show, this is really, a call to action for everybody listening to think about, get a piece of paper out when the show's over and just be like, okay, what do I want to take action on? What's the highest version of myself? How can I collapse on that reality? Take a minute. What does my life look like? The highest version of my life. And don't have anything block your why. Just be like, it's all happening. So what is the highest version of you that you can even imagine? Where do you live? Who do you live with? What are you wearing? Are there smells in the house? What's the house look like? Are you on a wood floor? Or are you on a marble floor? Are you outside? Are you in nature? Are you on a cliff next to a waterfall? Where are you? Really jump into your imagination and paint your children if you have them in your reality. Or paint your beloved. You know what I'm saying? And where did you just come from? Were you on a hike? Where were you? Did you just get off of a jet? Are you on a yacht? Are you in a sailboat? Are you just laying on the beach? Are you snorkeling? Imagine where you're at and what you're doing and who you're with as if it's happening right now. And in that imagination, every day, go spend 10 or 15 minutes in there and play. Play in your imagination. You book a play date with your inner child and you get in there for at least a 15-minute play date and you run around that reality. And you just keep running it and running it and running it like a movie in your heart that you watch every day until it actualizes, and that is what your breath inhale and exhales out into. It's just focus, intention, and attention, which creates the imagination's materialization here from 4D to 3D. When it drops down into this density, it has to be focused on for a certain amount of time to get solid. And so that's our work. That's our work. We get to do that. Yay, we get to dream. 15 minutes of dreaming a day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what prayer is, you know, as being Catholic. 3 Hail Marys and 1 Our Father. You know, focus, what? On the Virgin, what? The Mary, what? That, the Virgin of you, the truth of you, the Sat Nam of who you are. The Virgin idea, born into the Christed consciousness in the mind, fertile for the heaven on earth in this 3 dimension, that you get gifted this presence. Your body, your mind, your consciousness is your presence that you bring to the present in every living moment. So everyone has a different alarm clock. Everybody's waking up at different times. I have to get up at 20. I have set my. So I wake myself up, and I wake myself up again. So for you maybe you get up at 10 or noon, or maybe you get up at 3 in the afternoon because you work at night. Whenever you want to get up into your dream life, then you'll do 15 to 20 minutes a day of consciously dreaming, and that'll be the gift that you are to this dimension. The joy and the love and the grace. This is Athena Starseed. This is a show called Heaven on Earth, and we're doing it through our playtime. We love you. If you like the show, please subscribe, share the show with your friends, and we'll be here next Saturday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Thank you so much for playing with us, and if you'd like a reading with me, just go to AskAthenaIntuitiveReadings.com. Blessings in life.
CRN Digital Talk Radio prides itself on being the station of every situation. And you can listen to us on nearly any platform and device. Download to your iPhone, Android, and BlackBerry episodes of What's Cookin'. And take Master Sommelier Michael Jordan with you to the wine shop so he can help you pick out that perfect bottle of wine. Stream episodes of the Sonoma Wine Report through our CRN app, TuneIn Radio, Nobex, Stitcher, UTunes, or AHA Radio, and start planning that unforgettable weekend in the wine country. They're in your corner on iHeartRadio, iTunes, and many other apps. And of course, you can always listen live through your local cable TV provider, as well as on our website at crntalk.com. For more information on where to listen to these great shows, along with many others,